live stream. So yeah, looked at all that online. We do have some awesome engagement on the Facebook page.
We do. Yeah, it looks like when we ask a question, those seem to be the biggest um, engagement posts.
Engagement posts. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I think is really helpful. And I think we need to share some stats. I got to pull some of those.
Yeah.
For like how many LFG calls we've done, how many masterminds, right? How many
Yep.
people we've helped
We
this
are live. It's loading right now,
perfect.
just to give you a heads up.
Yeah.
Great.
We're going to have a great day today.
It is gonna be awesome.
The one
Like,
thing that we want to make sure when you do join the Facebook group.
oh, hold on. I
Mm,
can't hear you. Hold on. Something's happening. Hold on, love. I can't hear you.
okay,
Oh, there it goes. My computer, like, when it went live, it kind of takes a second for it to,
kick
um,
in.
yeah. Okay, I'm ready now.
Yeah, perfect. So, yeah, just like a few housekeeping things while we're getting everyone on. We don't want the free senior mastermind group, Productive Aging Collective, to be like
Mhm.
a bunch of ads. So, if someone
Okay.
wants to promote their business, we'll respond to them by with a message stating like, thanks so much for your interest. Reach out to us on this email address because we want to make sure that we're not duplicating efforts or maybe
Okay.
they're new to our group. And this is just kind of like everyone could hear this too. Maybe they're new to our group and they don't know what we just posted last week.
Right.
And I think that's really helpful because we don't want to have people feel like when they come on, it's all about ads or this one promoting themselves in this market. We're not, this isn't a referral um,
Yeah. Do you
group.
guys want to do like a once a month, like you can post about whatever you want?
Yes, yes, I
Because
think,
most groups I'm in, it's like that. It's like the third Tuesday of the month, or
yes, I
um,
love that. And I think it should be consistent. And the good thing about Facebook groups, if you didn't know this, I'm teaching you kind of some tips and tricks for what we've learned, is in the admin section of the group, you can put those as a reoccurring post on a
okay.
specific day. So it's kind of like a set
Oh,
it and forget it,
that's nice.
which I think is very helpful. And people can get they could post about their business. We can have one that states like where you located for referral purposes. You know, in real estate, it's
Right.
all about you never know if you're going to get somebody in Southwest Florida or Michigan or Portland, Oregon. Like, who do we know in that area? And we can label it something like that for our folks so it's easy to find. We
Okay.
also have a Google form where we've asked members to put their information in. So we started a database. The last I checked,
Okay.
that database, let's see if I could look it up. I think it was up to about close to 100 people that looked at it and
So
put,
this is you. Am I allowed to admit your note taker?
yep, you can.
Okay.
It helps me remember.
I'm
It
just
helps
making
me
sure.
remember what I have to do. But my note taker is I use Fixer AI. I do like Fixer AI. So, Jessica, I'll make sure you have access to this. And we have a get referral form. We have 78 responses, and we have this Google form for where are you from? so that we make sure that if somebody asks us, and we get this question a lot, hey, I need someone in San Diego, California, who should I use? Right?
Yep.
If we have the database for that, we can go and connect them together. However, we are working on a referral map so that
Ooh,
you, as the user, could go on and make sure you know where to find someone who's part
yeah,
of part of collect,
that's cool.
which is
Yeah, that's like what I was talking with Paul the other day was like I didn't know he knew a lot of people in my neck of the woods.
yeah.
I was like, that's really cool. I was like, I think like that's the thing people don't know about the people they
Mhm.
work with is they don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. And so
All
having
right.
something that's
Our first
right
person's
there
coming in.
for you, I think that's really helpful. I just shared that over with you.
Awesome. Good
Um,
morning, Christine.
and
Thanks for
good
joining.
morning. And so we have this little database that we are starting out. So what we're trying to accomplish is we're trying to make sure that if you are located in an area and you're a real estate agent who wants referrals, we have a database started.
Yeah, how cool. It would
So
be a really cool graphic too. We could put like hot spots and like zones and stuff on it. Like that'd be fun.
where are we missing people from? So
Yeah, we
we
need
could
people in
do
this area. Do you know anyone?
yes,
Yeah, that'd
really
be so cool.
important.
Okay.
And the
Right.
reason why we want everyone to, and I'm going to put this in the comment
Good
because I have
morning,
the link.
Tina. Thanks for joining.
I have the link right here. I'm going to put this into the comments. A lot of people have filled this out. So if you head out, it won't let you refill it out, supposedly.
Oh, okay.
So this is like a where are you from for getting referrals for real estate agents. So this is
That
a
is so
question we
cool.
get a lot. I need someone in Connecticut, in this section of New York, Long Island, upstate New York. A lot
Yeah.
of our states are really big. Same with the state of Florida. I
Hmm.
could sell real estate all over the state, but would I really want to go to Jacksonville, that's 6 hours away?
Yeah.
You know, so you partner with folks, and all of us real estate agents know that. But what we're doing is preloading our map with folks so that you could see where people are and you can click on them and figure out where everybody is.
That
Um,
is
and
cool.
it will
I
help
love it.
you. The need comes up because it's so funny. Every single time I speak to a bod member who I haven't talked to in a long time or an agent up north that I just haven't connected with in a while, I always seem to get someone who needs that area or that person. It's funny how that happens. Kind of like,
Always.
yeah, like kind of like when you want a car and like say it's a Mini Cooper. And now you drive down the street. You've never seen Mini Coopers on the street, but now you're driving down the street and that's all you see are Mini Coopers. It's just funny how things like that happen. And so we're building that for the pack. We're building that for our members and for making sure that we have a great coverage all over the US. So, welcome. I'm so glad you all are here today. I'm Felicia Saracen. I'm one of the PAC founders, and along with Paul and Corey. So, my call is on Wednesdays, and I have a senior living background and a strong real estate business. And it's important for us to hear from you all. So, tell me, give me a couple of wins. What's going on within your marketplace? What are you struggling with? Anything that's going on right now? Is anyone having any trouble? Everyone's breezing through the kickoff of the new year with tons of referrals. No one?
Well,
See?
I'm kind of having some issues with the idea of switching brokers.
Oh, in what way?
Just in the fact of it kind of seems that there's a lot of people that are jumping ship. And like, in your brokerage, you have some peeps that are like your go-to people that you talk to and
Yeah.
now they might be moving. So it kind of makes you think, oh, what am I missing? What should I know? What should I be looking for?
So the funny thing is I've been at brokerages where half the office left, and it's
Okay.
a terrible feeling
Yeah.
because you walk in and they're in rebuild mode and you're like, what is happening? Um, I have switched brokerages before a couple of times, and it's mainly because the brokerage that I was at, I outgrew.
Mm,
Now I have a different mode of, right? So let's just put that into perspective. When I was switching brokerages this last time, it was because we, as the pack, were asked to launch a senior initiative within several brokerages.
yeah.
I chose a specific brokerage because the one I'm at right now, which is EXP, and I never wanted to go with a cloud brokerage because I had the opportunity, along with our other founders and a couple of other folks who helped me through this process, interview major brokerages. We're talking C-level suite executives. So I had the privilege of talking to the CEOs, the COOs, the VPs, and my mission, my focus aligned very well with what EXP is doing. I love Leo. If anyone knows EXP, um, Leo, Amy Weaver, Jeff Criselli, Brian Ellington, like I love them all. Kendall Bonner. I've resonated with them very well. I've resonated with what the future is going to look like for this brokerage. Therefore, I made that decision to move. We all know no brokerage is going to give you leads. No brokerage has the magic pill.
Right.
It's all about what your comfort level is. And a lot of people shy away from, like I did, cloud brokerages because they said, well, there's not an offer like an office. Like, how do I get camaraderie or whatnot? Well, I didn't realize that they were having these monthly rallies, these monthly training sessions for all the agents within my marketplace to come together for a free training, right? And I was like, oh, why why did we stop recording?
Mm.
Oh, uh,
I just paused for a second.
it
It
looks
it said recording stopped.
Yeah.
that's weird. Where you received a request to record to the cloud.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, everyone. I was like,
It's
wait,
okay.
we're going to make sure we're recording.
sorry. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. It's like
Yeah,
a weird glitch. Sorry about that.
that's
Continue,
weird.
ladies.
Zoom's acting really weird lately. Just going to tell everyone that it's crazy. Um, but I didn't know that they were having all of these get-togethers every month. And I met 60 agents like in a flash. And every month I meet other agents. So you have to kind of figure out, and I'm a huge proponent of like find your tribe,
Yep.
right? And now, Paul and I are doing some initiatives with EXP that haven't been done before for the senior niche. So it's like you have to figure out what's going to work best for you. And what I say is interview everybody, make your notes, figure out
Yeah.
your pros and cons. Because when you find the people who make you feel like, yep, this is where I need to be, that's where you have to be, right? But financially, it also has to work out for you. So
Right.
that's the other piece because, every brokerage has different cap splits, all that fun stuff, right? But we won't get into the weeds on that too much. But I feel your pain. I went through this about a year ago.
Yep.
If you ever want to talk offline, I'm happy to,
Okay.
because it took me 4 months to figure out where I wanted to go.
You know what the funny thing is that I feel like, man, I just don't want to do all my branding over, my signs, my, like all the stuff that go with it.
I'll give you some tips on how to do that and get it paid for.
Oh,
But no, it's too funny. I get it, and it is funny. And I will tell you that compliance is different in every single brokerage. So my former team name was not appropriate for my new brokerage. So I
oh,
did have to do all new branding over, and I was like, damn it, this
yeah,
sucks.
yeah.
But it's not the end of the world,
Okay,
and it's just a short blip and you move on. And listen, when we're meeting with our clients, our senior clients, they're looking to meet with you. They're not calling you because you're with an XYZ brokerage. I know
correct.
this.
Yeah,
They don't even ask me half the time what brokerage I'm with. Not until I have to go and sign the listing agreement is when they're like, oh, I didn't realize you were with that brokerage, right? Or I've
yeah,
never heard of that brokerage before. Or, oh, I see their signs everywhere. They'll tell you. But as we all know, our clients love paper. So it's helpful to be able to print that out for them. A couple of tips is using legal paper and trying to stretch the size out a little bit more to get that closer to that 14 size font is
okay.
really helpful for our senior clients too. Um, but Tina, yes, I will help you because I had 8 listings at the time that I had to move over. That was
Ooh, yeah,
So that
I
was really
bet.
fun. So I'll give you some tips and tricks that I went through to help, just things that you don't think of, you know.
Yes, yeah,
But that's exciting. That's an exciting time just for you to kind of figure out what your next steps are because 2026 is here.
yeah.
Um, I will tell you, I know you all are on social media. I see your social media posts. Keep them coming. Remember, right now, social media is free to post on.
Yes.
You only have to pay for things that you boost, but you can set up events, you can do everything for free right now. So if we're not taking advantage of that at least 1 or 2 times a day, it's a missed opportunity. And even if you go like I do and take a look at my analytics, I'm an analytic person, I'm a numbers girl. I want to go see what post hit and what didn't because I don't want to repeat that, right? But the one thing I will say is how many of you are using AI integrated within your social media posts? Okay, and what are you all using? Tell me a little bit about it.
Like which one? Just Chatty GPT, and then just kind of write me up this or write me up that, show me this post, including this.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Any others besides Chatty G?
Yeah, so it's Ashley here. I just got my new little friend. It's called Plod AI. It looks like this and has a little, so it's a wearable AI device. And when I go into my listing appointments or buyer's consultations, I can have it take notes so I'm present. And I just used it last night for the first time. So super excited. Um, I can drop the link if you want, but it's pretty darn cool.
What's the name of it? I'm like looking.
Claude. I'll drop the link after when you get going, and that way
I
everyone can
love
look. But
that. That is
yes, you can
so
wear it as a necklace. It has like a watch attachment, and I just like it because then I can be more present during the conversation versus having to hurry up and like write notes. And I think for the seniors, they might be a little bit hesitant. I think it's all in the
Mhm.
way we present it, but it also benefits them because sometimes they can get on long tangents because you're considered company and you have to filter through what that looks like. So, yeah.
That's 100%, 100%. I love that. And it's great for when you are meeting with your senior clients to hear what their hot buttons are and be able to. I'm always a huge proponent of sending them like a thank you gift after. Take, for instance,
Yes.
the last listing appointment I went on. He said, I don't have a 2026 calendar yet. I haven't gotten one. The next day, I had Amazon drop ship him a 2026 calendar that looked like his 2026 calendar that he had before. It's very similar, similar in size, landscape pictures, and whatnot. And he was like, "Did you send me this calendar?" And I was like, "Yeah, I noticed you said you didn't have one." He was like, "That's awesome. Thank you." It's like, because you're listening to them and you're validating things for them, and they're like, "Oh, she understands me," right? Or he understands me. So that's really, really important. But I love that because I tell you, sometimes it's tough to take those notes and walk around. That's pretty cool. I think that's amazing. Yeah, drop that in the chat. I can't wait to explore a little bit more on that. How many of you are using ManyChat or something of that nature? I'm loving ManyChat. I've created some guides. We talked about this on our coaching platform. Um, I've created some guides that are lead magnets and then posting for a couple of weeks. Social media posts for that lead magnet. So it's not a one and done. Unless you have 20,000 followers, it's going to be really hard to, get this started, right? But we have to start somewhere. So many of us who are just getting started, maybe your social media pages have 1,000, couple of thousand people on them, and you're trying to get expansion and whatnot. ManyChat, what they'll do is you upload the document as a PDF. What I do to make it super simple, I create it in Canva. Canva is my favorite friend. I save it as a PDF. I take the PDF and I upload it to my Google Drive. How many of you use Google Drives? All right, so I have a Gmail account. So your Google Drive is attached to that. I say right now about 75% of people have some sort of a Gmail account, right? But you could do this in a shared drive that you might have. There's a button that tells you can share the link to this file. And when you click on that button, you make sure it's to anyone who has the link. Copy that link, put it into ManyChat, come up with a social media post. So say you want to target the sandwich generation, right? And you say at the end of the post, comment the word sandwich, and I'll send you this guide that we're talking about. In ManyChat, anytime that word sandwich is written in a post, it will automatically reply to that comment, like, "Hey, check your DMs. I just sent this to you." It will DM them. And Instagram, I picked Instagram and Facebook. There's others that you can choose, but that's my focus right now. It will also be as intuitive to say in 48 hours, "Hey, you haven't downloaded it yet. Don't forget to download it." And then you can review the analytics. I think that's awesome. It helps to save you time. Yes, you can do the old-fashioned way of responding to every message, but that's time consuming. And I would rather be using my time to lead generate. And when I lead generate, I don't know about you all, but I lead generate in a way where, yep, I am talking to my current clients, nurturing my buyers, my sellers. Then I move on to some of my past clients that I need to call. Then I move on to my BOD members and I call them. That's part of my lead generation. I'm not cold calling FISBOs, or I'm not cold calling expireds. That's not me. I am touching base with people who are in my BOD referral database. And I'm touching base with them for the new year if I haven't already. I'm seeing how their business is growing. What do they need help with? How we can partner more strategically for 2026. And I'm starting to get all of those appointments lined up. You can do those via Zoom, coffee. Lunch just takes too much time, especially if you have 20 or 30 people that you want to get to, right, within this month. So it's like you have to figure out who you're going to call within that list. Also, taking a look at some senior living communities that might have done a retrofit, a little refluff, and touring those communities too. You have to be top of mind for them to meet with you. Yesterday, I kicked off my networking group that we do, which is senior niche focused. We kicked off our luncheon yesterday, and I went to a community that's new within the past year. And it was great for me to be present in there. They're like, we have to get more involved with you. We have to partner more. Well, if I'm not there, if I wasn't present yesterday, I wouldn't have the opportunity to have the conversation to then schedule a follow up to talk about what that's going to look like for 2026. Because if they've moved 70 something people in this past year and I didn't get a referral from that, that's on me, not on them. Because I didn't teach them how to do that for me. So, what are some of your biggest referral sources right now? Let me know. Shout them out.
I think mine are still my SOI, my people that I know, still referring me that way.
That's great. Anyone else? Are you all getting referrals for senior living folks? For folks who are getting ready to, all right, so some of you, this is new. For the past 2 years, trying to think right now, and I'll tell you my top 3 lead sources for leads. My number 1 is senior placement. I get more leads from my senior placement contacts than anything else. This is why I will not work against them and do my own placements because I receive the most from them. I got 9 from them this past year.
Wow.
That's a lot, right? Think
Yeah.
about this. So why would I want to go? And I get this question asked just about on a daily basis via text, DM, or a message. Why don't you go out and are you a senior placement? No, because there's 5 companies in my marketplace. It's getting saturated because each of those 5 companies have multiple people that work for them. And I'd rather partner with them so that when I have someone I can refer, when they have someone they can refer to me. So I'll take my 9 referrals and I'll try and kick it up to get 12 this year, right? Like, how can I get more? My second lead source is senior move management, your downsizers, the folks who come in and do these an assessment of where all their stuff is going to go and the move manager that actually moves them. Okay. So I have a couple of companies that I work with, and that's my second. And then my third is senior living. I get called for senior living, and I'm known to a couple of communities as the closer. When they have someone that's on the fence about moving in and the house is holding them up, they ask me to go in and meet with them because that's their objection, right? Their objection is, I don't know what to do. I have too much stuff. How am I going to get there? What am I going to do with this house? Yeah. They're like panicking, right? I go in, I give them peace of mind. We get a plan started. I give them the plan for how I'm going to get them moved. I meet with them. I do home visits. It's not a listing appointment, it's a home visit. And I make sure that I let them know this isn't a listing appointment. This is a home visit to let me figure out how I'm going to strategize to help you get to your end goal. Because the number one question you needed to ask them, they could close their eyes and live anywhere in the world, where would that be? They didn't have to worry about this house, this stuff, what to do with my stuff. They didn't have to worry about that. Where would they want to be? And they're like, I'd want to be moved already. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Okay. So now let's set up a strategic plan on how we're going to get there. And I give it to them in bite-sized pieces with timelines. That's like a big relief for them. You're providing them peace of mind and a plan because it's all unknown for them. So helping them get that is going to get them to where they need to go. It's going to get you that listing, and you're going to solve the problem for the senior living community, therefore getting what? More referrals. Isn't that what we want? More business, more production, and being known in the area for this. So how many of you found that helpful? I see a couple of hands. Yeah, quiet today. I see a couple of heads nodding. Yeah, it's really, really helpful to create that strategic plan. Because once you get the referrals from them, you have to service it. And it has to be serviced at a high level, concierge, white glove service. Whatever that looks like for you in your area. So what are your ahas from today? Don't be shy. We had nothing.
I just like the heading and just, I think for this whole time I've been focusing more on my assisted living places where maybe I just needed more of the senior placement contacts. And then, so that could also be at the hospitals. Is that what you, I mean, if I just look up senior placement people in the area, I'll just get a whole big list of them. Is that correct?
Sure will.
Okay.
So don't confuse senior placement with the hospital system. The hospital system will have geriatric care managers that do discharges.
Yeah.
They're not going to have the time to refer to you.
Oh, they're not.
They're
Okay.
referring to the senior living communities themselves and or placement. Some hospitals in my area actually have contracts with senior placement individuals.
Okay. Yeah.
And I could tell you right now, I know who's up in Lee County and I know who's the person there that's getting them. And they're getting, and I know down here which hospital system where those are going to. They don't want to deal with it. They give them a list. We all know. They're like, here's a list of 10 places. You got 3 days to make a decision or your family to make a decision.
Right.
So they are partnering with placement in my market. And there's a lot of discharges coming out of the hospital who have that. So that's why I go to that lead source.
The
Because
placement people. Okay.
I want the shot to get into the home. A lot of times they do call the senior move manager of get my house uncluttered, right? Get me
Yeah.
ready for my next chapter of living. And that's why that's my number 2. My number three is senior living. I don't get a steady flow from them because as a former sales director and executive director, and Jessica is on right now. She is a former senior living marketing sales director. You're not thinking of it during that time. They're coming in when this crisis mode with all these things happening, and so you're trying to triage how you're going to take them around and tour them. You're trying to triage how you can get them to choose your community. So it's like you have to attack this from a multiple standpoint. And that's why, like Corey and Paul, we talk about our pillars for what your pillars are going to be. And if you're part of our mastermind platform, we have, oh my gosh, it's like I think it's over 300 recordings on there. So Jessica and I are actually packaging them up into easy to follow modules, so to say, that we're going to be pushing out so that it's easy for people to, if you want to focus on capital gains and probates, here it is. If you want to, focus on senior living communities, here it is. Your BOD, here it is, which is really, really important. And right now, through the end of the month, all of our members have access to 100% of the database that we have there. But going forward, we're going to be restructuring it a little bit more because there's a lot of recordings in there. I was like, wow, we did a lot in the past year. So I want to just, put that out there as well. But that's a great question. You have to make sure that you have multiple eggs in different baskets for this to really bring in the business that you need it to. And then you have to nurture those. That's what I have done. And then that is what is helping to fuel my business down here. Any other ahas? Who's going to implement? What are y'all going to start implementing right now? Some simple strategies. Anything?
So Linda put a comment in the chat that she got a listing from an in-home care company that she's been nurturing the owner of this company for 4 years. Great job, Linda.
That's amazing. Yep. See, you have to have multiple irons in the fire. If any of you have attended my referral partner call that I have done, the training, you'll know that I nurture 70 people on my BOD. I have 70 different people. It doesn't mean that you all have to go out tomorrow and get 70 people. I've been doing this for a little while. So I have figured out for my BOD, I look at it like a donut. Who's my inner circle that's referring to me on a multiple basis? Who's my outer circle? Like Linda just said, that I've been trying to get them to refer to me. Maybe they've given me one or two, but it's not on a steady basis. And I always want to get those people to refer more often. That comes with nurturing those leads. That's how I put it. I have to nurture those leads. I have to nurture those reciprocal board members in order for them to keep me in the loop. And now yesterday, when I was at our networking event, our market for home care here is pretty saturated. There's about 95 home cares registered in our area. There were 3 new ones that showed up yesterday. And Jessica, you probably relate to this. And I said to them, oh, wow, I'm so excited that you're here. Welcome, welcome to our group. And we're always very welcoming to everyone. And each of them said what they did differently than other home cares. And it basically was serving with excellence. And I was like, did you all get the same playbook? Because it's got to be more than that, especially in a saturated market of 95 home cares within a 15-mile radius of one another. That's insane. Think about that. So as we are working within this, I listen to what other people say. I take that into account, especially when I'm going and meeting folks out in public, so that I don't sound just like every other agent out there. Because how am I going to set myself aside? So it's just a little food for thought. But Linda, I'm so proud of you. I think that's amazing. Fantastic job. I know that you are doing great with presentations. You're knocking it out of the park. So this is all of your hard work that you have put in now coming back to you. So kudos to you. Wonderful. All right. Well, we are going to wrap it up. Any last thoughts before we head out? I will say, Ashley, I'm going to check out this Plod AI. I'm really excited. I just clicked on the link. That's amazing. I think that's a game changer, right? And don't forget, I'm going to heart this within the chat. Don't forget, if you haven't signed up on the Get Referrals form, get that in, because we're going to be launching that map so that if somebody has somebody in your area, like Ashley, I know you're in New Jersey, if someone has someone in South Jersey, they know you're the go-to person for that. And that map will launch with the folks that are preloaded first. And then we'll do, where do we need some more people? Like, what gaps do we need? And so there'll be a second phase of that.
And where is that form?
It's in the chat. I just hearted it.
Oh.
Let me see. Copy and paste that. Now, if you've
Oh, I see. Yep.
Yep, if you've done it before, it shouldn't let you do it a second time because it's one per email address. That's how we can kind of keep track. And the goal is to make the map light up with folks that are senior focused. And
Do we
then,
get to see the map too?
yeah, you should be
Okay.
able to, you'll be able to see the map and kind of like hone in on
Awesome.
your area. Because like California is a really big state. You can't service the whole coastline, right? You need to have some partners that can help you. Jessica said, make sure if you're a member that you signed up for tomorrow's mastermind with Paul. If you're not a member, you can always join today and reach out if you need any info on our social media pages. Thank you all so much for attending today. I hope you were inspired. If anything inspired you, please go and write it on our Senior Mastermind Facebook page so that we could get more folks on these calls just like you. So today, I'm happy that there are about 10 of us on here, which is amazing, but we want to blow it up and have 50. So I would love that. So thank you all so much. Have a blessed day. Talk soon.
Awesome. Bye.